Milwaukee, where the Bucks are looking to take one in an interconference game. The NBA on 2K Sports. Thanks for joining us this Sunday afternoon. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony as well as Brent Barry. And we'll be catching up a bit from the sideline with David Aldridge.
Yeah, and remember, this is the second and final time these teams will see one another. So they're going to want to ensure things turn out a bit differently this time around. I expect them to be as aggressive as we've seen all season.
And maybe just more than wins and losses at stake. It could be pride. They'll be using everything in their arsenal to try and avoid the season sweep.
Here's Claxton. Misses the layup. And here's Moran. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee. And while the offense is developing, Alex Sarr is already a huge presence at the defensive end.
Yeah, along with being a great rim protector, he's a 7-footer who can really slide his feet on the perimeter. He can switch on the guards and make them work for their opportunities.
And here is Doncic following Ja Morant's three. Claxton with it. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. 4 on the clock. And it's Doncic missing. And they double up Morant. Here's Sarr. And here's Morant. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. It's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Now, here's Doncic. He's a solid producer, averaging nearly 22 points a game.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Pass to White. Morant looking around. 6 to shoot. Inside. Here's Sarr. From down in the low post, it goes.
And right now, they're just focused on putting together good possessions.
Yeah, that's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots.
Oh!
Yes,
sir. Stunning the crowd and the defense with that one. What a show from Doncic.
Okoro wide open. He fires. Misses the three. Caldwell Pope outside. Back to Doncic. And stolen by Wagner. Here's Morant. Rebound by Alexander Walker. Seattle trails by 5. It's stolen by White. No good that time. Nice D from Doncic. And so Doncic will bring it up for Seattle. And Greg, 2 seasons ago, the Bucks ranked first in defensive rating. Last season, they dropped down to number 19.
Yeah, shifting defensive schemes, coaching changes, also swapping Drew Holiday for Damian Lillard. But they can and should be better than 19.
Bucks leading by 5. Pass to Okoro. Good, and a nice assist from Morant.
When he's shooting off the catch like this, these are signs of some remarkable improvement in Okoro's game.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, Doc Rivers gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. Undoubtedly, their defensive focus is trying to limit Luka Doncic. Coach told me Luka is a great player who impacts the game on so many levels. No one has been able to shut him down. We just need to play with physicality and make him work for everything. We'll see how they handle one of the toughest matchups in the NBA. Guys?
Thank you, David.
How about Sarr? Just ridiculous athleticism for a 7-footer.
Doncic outside. Pass to Claxton. Now, Alexander Walker. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From 17 feet out. Rebounded by the Bucks. 1:25 left here in the first quarter. The 17-footer. A second chance effort. Tries from 10. And Doncic gets it to go. Doncic has got 6 points.
Creating space, Doncic will move defenders around.
Morant with a wide open look. And he's good on the 3-ball. Morant's got a pair of 3s now in the first quarter for the Bucks. Oh, Claxton in position. Stolen by Okoro. Deep 2 from Wagner. Yep, that one goes. Wagner's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
And the timeout called here by Tyronn Lue. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. And Seattle making a change here. Seattle trails by 11. Caldwell Pope on the wing. We've got 28 seconds left from the first quarter of the game. On the wing, Doncic. He's got 6. Here's Achua. And Sarr pulls it down. Wagner wide open. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. 6 points for him.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there.
And so it's the Milwaukee. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Milwaukee.
They have started this game looking to push the tempo, and it's working for them. Great job of scoring in transition.
Well, they've really attacked off of the turnovers, so leaking out and capitalizing on fast break stuff.
In the corner, it's Sarr. And again, it's Milwaukee converting. It feels like every season, Brent, we set a record for pace in the NBA. Why do you think that is?
Well, I don't know, Kevin, if it's every team that's seeking pace, although in every coach's press conference you'll hear about them talking about playing faster and wanting to get out in transition. But that's where you take advantages of defenses most. Look, if you got a young team, open up the floodgates and let them run. Probably more success coming your way.
And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Bangs home the trifecta. Caldwell Pope's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And here's Morant. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee. That'll be just one game played away from home for them.
It's his second foul, but not the end of the world. One more before halftime, though. That would change some things.
To the right side. Back to Morant. Pass to Okoro. Wagner from long range. Seattle grabs the miss. GA, when you look at the development of Franz Wagner, what now is the next step for him?
Kevin, for me, it's the three-point shooting, specifically becoming more efficient out there. And I also think he's going to have to become a better passer, ball mover. I got total confidence he'll get there because the rest of his game is complete. And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Doncic way outside. It doesn't go in. He's 3 for 9 now and frustrated. Morant drives in. Pass to Song. Doesn't go for him. Seattle trails by 16. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ja Morant. That is his first foul of the game. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Greg, you think about oversized point guards, and the gold standard has always been Magic Johnson. Now you look at Luka Doncic, and he's certainly big for that position.
Definitely some positive similarities, right? But the big difference is one of those guys has 5 rings, and that's not a knock on Doncic. This is a team sport, but Magic's ability to affect winning was right there with another MJ, Michael Jordan.
Bucks leading by 14. Morant outside. Pass to Okoro. Morant outside. Off target from outside.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
They set the screen. Doncic, no good.
Well, his poor shooting is a big reason that they're staring at this deficit right now. He needs to get on track if they're going to find a way to win.
And you're just asking to get burned when you give Morant a lane, using that speed to his advantage.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, thanks. Ja Morant was the first NBA guard in a quarter century to lead the league in points in the paint. He says, I can't just rely on dunking every single play, so I need different types of finishes to get my shot off, whether it's high off the glass, the reverse, or hanging in the air forever. And Kevin, he just says it so casually. Back to you.
I know it. But look, David, he doesn't do it casually, right? He is a one-man circus. Here's Morant. Wagner, right side. A 3-ball. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
Something Wagner continues to work on. It's huge when he's connecting from outside.
Pass to Caldwell Pope. Back to Doncic. Some nice ball movement here by Seattle. 5 on the clock. Out to Carter. From beyond the arc. And Okoro pulls it down. To the paint. Out to the wing. And the timeout called here by Tyronn Lue. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. 1:41 left here in the second. The three. Good. And the nice assist from Morant. Okoro's got his second bucket of the night.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
DeRozan's shot is off. And so Morant will bring it up for the Bucks. They lead by 20. That's the most we've seen. DeRozan with it. Guarded now by Okoro. Schroeder, right side. Back to DeRozan. Rebounded by the Bucks.
Oh, no excuse for a guy of his caliber. You've got to finish that slam. Got to be a little embarrassed by that one.
Greg, with how explosive Ja Morant is, he has certainly taken his fair share of awkward falls.
And that's what worries you with guys like that. He's already had a number of injuries in his young career, but we all just want to see him at full health.
Here's Claxton, and that's in. Nice feet on the play. Claxton's got his first basket.
A heady play there from Schroeder, zipping the pass to the teammate who had the cleanest look on the possession.
And it's White missing. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's DeRozan. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And with his hard-charging style, DeRozan gets himself to the line quite a bit, and it helps that he can finish through contact. Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Out to White. Puts up a three. Gets the three-pointer to fall. And the Bucks lead by 19.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Milwaukee leading by 19 points. Morant, that's for two. And the rejection by Claxton. Doncic left side. Pass to Claxton. To the middle. Here's George. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
And it's White missing. Seattle trails by 17. Caldwell Pope on the wing. Pass to Doncic. Over in the corner, Claxton. From outside, off the mark.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him, and that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
How about the authority from Morant? The way he was running, you knew he was aiming to shatter the rim. Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Pass to Okoro. Offline with his three.
The third quarter has not started well, just 1 of 4.
And Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Now Morant. He's got 15. There's the three. It's hauled in by George.
Team starts the second half missing 4 of 5 shots. When does the coach possibly call a timeout and reiterate what he talked about at halftime?
And inside, Luka knows the bucket is there, so he is willing to fight for it. Not
quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Lets it go with a three. White, good. White's got 6.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
Down low. Here's Caldwell Pope. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
That's the way to finish KCP with a show of force at the rim.
Morant outside. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. Shoots the 3. And it's Wagner with the rebound. And so Morant will bring it up for the Bucks. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Caldwell Pope outside. Back to Doncic. And stolen by Wagner. The latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Last season, the NBA again set records for attendance. Overall, arenas were filled to 98% of capacity. Commissioner Adam Silver says we're in a great position. You almost can't fit more people in our arenas. Kevin, he made it clear the area for growth is in media and especially in mobile viewing.
And you know this, directly to the fan. I mean, my goodness, all the different ways you can consume the game, it's beautiful. Back to Doncic. And Okoro pulls it down. Bucks leading by 18. Pushing it up. White, wide open, he fires. A three-pointer off the mark.
Teammates right now covering up for the type of off performance he's having. In terms of scoring, this has not been his best night. This is a one-man show right now. He's on a mission to get him out of this hole.
Morant outside. There's 1:17 left to play in the third. Just 5 on the clock. Latrey. It's hauled in by Claxton.
Yeah, the defense there in chill mode. We all know he can burn them from three-point range.
The 3 from Morant. No bucket, and that miss is number 6. He's made 7.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Cranes it from beyond the arc. White's got 9.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
And the timeout called here by Tyronn Lue. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. And Seattle making a change here. Substitution on the court. 46 seconds left in the third. To the inside. Out to Carter. Back to DeRozan. Clock at 6. Milwaukee with the rebound. Pass to Wagner. It's White on the wing. The 3 from Morant. And another 3 for Milwaukee.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Goodwin with it. Here's DeRozan. White covering. Here's Dunn. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
Ringing the bell. That's the way to close a quarter.
Well, you love nailing the last second shot. Always a feel-good moment.
And And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Seattle trails by 18. Here's Doncic. To the paint. Here's Claxton. To the middle. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
And how about the balance of Doncic on that possession? Amazing at just absorbing the contact and still with the strength to finish.
And Morant's got the ball here for the Milwaukee Bucks. Takes the three. And another three for Milwaukee.
And guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
And here is Doncic. Over in the corner, Claxton. Outside, White. Pass to Wagner. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Morant, right side. That one good for two. Morant's got 5 points in the quarter. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Milwaukee.
All game long, they've had active hands and really out in the passing lanes. And that aggression on defense has resulted in a ton of steals.
Well, something else that has stood out is their up-tempo offense. I mean, these guys have been on the track all game long. They're creating high percentage looks, getting out there on the fast break.
That one misses.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
For three, Caldwell Pope. And Sarr pulls it down.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Good, and a nice assist from Morant. And it's 8 points for Alex Sarr.
Already expanding his game. Sarr trying to get better at attacking quickly off the pass.
Seattle missing again. Milwaukee leading by 22. Here's Morant. And the layup falls. Morant's got 14 points now in the second half.
What a performance on the offensive end. He's making the defenders pay right now for all of the mistakes they're making.
Screen by Claxton. Down low. And stolen by Sarr. Here's White. And the three ball is good.
Maybe the halftime break was good for him. Allowed him to step back, calm himself down, get himself in the right frame of mind, and now shots are falling.
And here's Doncic from the arc. And it's White with the rebound.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
Frustration seems to be mounting here, and you can see not just in their faces, but right now in their quick and hurried shot selection.
Shot to stop the run. And it's Luka Doncic with the three.
In that first half, guys, they didn't shoot nearly as many threes as they have here in the second, trying to use that shot to stay in the game.
And it's Kentavious Caldwell Pope with the foul. That's his third foul of the game. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. The three from Morant. And again, Milwaukee with the triple.
Not to be outstaged, Morant saying right back at you.
Now, here's Doncic. Pass to Claxton. Screen by Claxton. And Claxton throws it down hard.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
Oh, his competitiveness right now is why the teammates love him.
And here's Seattle. And it's Isaac Okoro with the foul. That will get him his fourth foul of the game. An idea of voter fatigue, Brent. Do you feel voters get tired of the same guy winning every single season?
Yeah, I think they do, Kevin, and it's a shame because 10 years, 15 years, 20 years down the line, those players looking back at the statistics from any given season deserve to be the MVP or all defense, and I hope that maybe that atrophy doesn't take place this year.
What determination from Doncic, pushing his shot through despite some stiff defense to draw the foul.
So he gets them both. Now Morant.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Milwaukee.
They simply ran him off the court.
They set the pace, and their transition game was executed flawlessly.
And so this will mark the 15th win of the year for them.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief 2-gamer.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Ja Morant.
Just does a great job of looking for space and then finding it. That's taking advantage of what the defense is giving you.
Just 4 to shoot. Here's Doncic. Claxton on the follow.
We talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
And they double up Morant. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Give them credit for still battling here down the stretch, but I think it's too little too late.
Leaps for it. Doncic with the steal. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Claxton. And Claxton throws it down.
Well, at this point, they're just trying to get back in sync. You want to play a good brand of basketball.
Consistency definitely is a key to some of the playoff performing teams, and tonight they just did not find it in this contest.
And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And this game could